Welcome to the latest edition of my Welsh garden. We're now well into July and at last we got a little bit of decent weather after this morning's rain, so let's have a look how the garden's coming on this year. We put 12 vines in here last November, I think. We fenced it off because we had a new dog in April who took a fancy to the vines, so here's some of the vines. They're first year vines coming on. And what we've done, we've taken the opportunity, we've got plenty of room at the moment, so I've got some of the tomatoes that I grew from seed, and also there's some sweet corn in the front there. They're just spare. They're going to go in when we've got a bit more room somewhere. Obviously these are runner beans, absolutely full of flower now. Within a week I think we'll be picking some beans, so they're coming on really well after a bit of a very cool start to the summer. So I got some glazing up just to help them when they were young plants, so they come on well. And in the next bed we got broad beans. They are just about ready for picking. And then next door to the beans we've got, I think there's 20 or 24 sweet corn. They're racing ahead now, just need some more sunshine to get them up to full height. And then this last bed, this has been a bit of a problem bed this year. There's some dwarf French beans coming on quite nicely, they're all in flower. The beetroot and the carrot, I think I planted a bit close to each other because they're racing each other to the top. But we are getting some really nice carrots, and we've already picked twice some nice beetroot. And I got some, for continuity, a few more beetroot coming on there. Where they are, I did put parsnips in. I tried 3 times to get parsnips to germinate. Failed. Last year we were pulling beautiful parsnips by this time of year, but no parsnips this year, I'm afraid. Obviously this is a rhubarb. Neighbour kindly give us, they split their rhubarb and that's gone in a tub. That's coming on really well. This is last year's 4 Inca berry plants, and these are now in full flower, and already some small Inca berries coming on these. They were really tasty last year, and this bed is just full of onions, and at last the bulbs are now starting to swell out. We really need some nice sunny weather now, and then I'll be pulling them out and putting them to dry. And just at the end here, can't beat these. Beautiful radish. Those of you who've seen the previous videos know we've got 7 vines in here, and these are coming on really well. Biggest problem again this year is because we're getting really humid weather, is the problem of ventilation in the greenhouse. If we don't get proper ventilation, obviously you can get a problem with mould on the grapes, which I had last year. I'm just hoping that I've removed a lot of the leaves already to increase airflow. We put vents in the end of the greenhouse as well. This is a Pinot Noir grape, and as you can see it's absolutely plastered with berries. This is its cousin, Pinot Blanc, a white grape. And down this end I've got Gamay. Fantastic bunches, just don't need the mould coming. That's the biggest fear, and one of the main problems with growing grapes in a greenhouse. It gets very warm in here, so even though we got all the vents open, still can be a problem. And now some of the outside vines. This is a cutting I took 4 years ago, and it's Triumph d'Alsace from a friend's garden. This is the first time we've had fruit, and as you can see, all things being equal, and a decent bit of sun now for the rest of the summer and into the autumn. It's about half a dozen bunches. They'd be nice black grapes, hopefully, fingers crossed. And up to the smaller greenhouse, which is where we've got some inside tomatoes. So we got this fleece up mainly because when these plants were young and the cucumber plants were young, the sun was just way too intense. These are now coming on. This is a money maker grown from seed. There's 8 plants in here, 4 money maker and 4 Roma. And we've also got 2 cucumbers, and already we've got about 6 mini cukes coming on these. These 4 vines, these are our oldest vines. These were planted 6 years ago, so they're probably going on now to be 8-year-old plants. This is a Mullaturgi, a white grape, German grape, which has just flowered, hopefully pollinated, and we'll see some small berries there very soon. Again, fingers crossed. Very vigorous growth. And these 2 over here are Black Hamburg. They cut these back really hard in December, but the growth very vigorous. These have already flowered, and I can see small grapes on there. So again, fingers crossed. Let's hope for sunshine for the rest of the summer. Okay, and up on the deck area here we had way too many tomato plants. So what I've done, I've just created a small area at the side of our extension where I've put just a couple of spare tomatoes, some cucumbers, and a couple of pots of beans. So out the front of the house here we've got 7 vines, which are all cuttings I took from neighbour's vine. These are Sable Blanc. As you can see, plenty of grapes on these, and they're growing really vigorously. I cut these back earlier this week, so hoping for some nice white wine out of them. I created this area just before Christmas 2020, so these are the newest vines. Bought 8 and I took some cuttings. Some of the cuttings have failed, so I'm going to have to renew them, but these are coming on really well. These are first year grapes, and what I'm trying to do is just leave them go as tall as they went to this year, and then I'll be cutting them back and leaving them come on next year and keep training them. Don't think we'll see any benefit out of these probably until about 2023. The far side there then, those vines are 4-year-old, and we're going to have if things go to plan, we're going to have some decent Sable Blanc grapes off them. A couple in front are a year younger, and I've just started training them out. There's Pinot Noir and Gamay. And also just put some of the spare tomato plants that were over, and they're all in flower, so we just need some decent weather now for the rest of July and August, and into the autumn. Thanks for watching. That's it for this episode. Diolch am gwylio. We'll see you towards the end of the summer with another video, and hopefully we'll have some nice produce to show. Diolch am fawr. Hwyl am y tro.